I managed to
Sylphid talk to you.
I managed to get a hold of a Sega CD before it was widely released. This was right around the time that I was starting to kind of go to trade shows and stuff like that, and borrowed one from someone who had received one for review. And I had my Night Trap 100% list before the console was officially released.
Wow.
And I sent it into EGM, and they didn't print it.
Man.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Speaking of EGM, I watched a bunch of Attitude Era Raws this weekend, and I saw a bunch of Sushi X signs. Wow. It was the most 1998 shit I could have seen.
That's ridiculous. The idea, I mean, to me, the ridiculous part is that, like, in the late 90s, there were still people that were, like, into that.
Yeah, because like, I remember that, like, 94, 95,
right,
a bunch of review crew stuff.
Thing.
Yeah.
That was the heyday, was 8 to 16-bit.
Yeah,
for me, for that magazine.
This is like deep into like PlayStation 64 territory. And there's dudes bringing sushi signs to
I don't even think it was
wrestling.
the same dude at that point. Like they had already.
There were a few sushi X's, weren't there?
It already become someone else by then.
I don't know that. Yeah, was Ed Simrad still there?
I don't know that Ed was there that late into the. I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't remember.
Probably not.
That stuff's a blur.
That was about the time that I was
Video
starting
games
to...
and computer entertainment. Now that's a magazine.
Yes.
That's worth knowing the lore of.
Yes. Hell yes.
Like when Nintendo cut off Andy Eddy because he wrote that thing about the fucking Game Genie or whatever it was.
He's too raw.
Andy Eddy's too fucking real.
He can't be controlled.
He was. It's true. It wasn't long after that, I think, that he was no longer with the magazine. You put it together, man.
Yeah.
All the money. That dude.
Andy Eddy's great.
He is. That
magazine
is
great.
The first byline in video game writing that I cared about was like, what did Andy Eddy have to say in the letter to the editor?
Oh, that magazine. That magazine was extra so good because we didn't have a computer, so half of that magazine just looked like the most amazing shit.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, who gets to play these games? I want to go to their house.
Right.
Oh man. All right.
It was the magazine that didn't fucking write down to you.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't written for fucking kids.
Totally. That was an intelligent piece of work for sure.
Oh.
Great. I've still got all my old back issues. They're all at my parents'
Those are the
house.
ones I kept. When I went through my garage, I threw out just about all of my video game magazines. I kept all the VGCs.
Yep.
And some of the Next Generations, because the paper stuff is nice.
Yes. Next Generation was such a nicely produced magazine.
The only thing I actually really liked about Next Gen was that the paper stock was very expensive.
I remember liking the magazine.
I remember Next Gen would always have the covers of just like a polygonal model and be like, yes, this is a real screenshot. Just constantly doing
that issue. Yeah.
PC Gamer did a lot of that back then too, with like the Unreal cover and stuff. Some of that doesn't hold up so well. That Unreal one in particular, it's like
no, I totally believe this. Here's
this 200 polygon character model blown up to magazine size. You won't believe this is a real. Like
Insight magazine. That's where it's at.
Oh, God.
They had two magazines.
Two
if you remember,
I subscribed
Insight
to...
was two magazines. There was the video game one and like
the celebrity one.
The
entertainment one was like, oh, this girl from this UPN show, Son of the Beach, is on the cover of Insight, like in a bikini holding a 64. Yes. Or The Rock was on the first issue.
Right.
I think I might have subscribed to both.
PC Accelerator was another one of those that was basically like, let's be Maxim for video games or whatever.
Where it's like, we're going to interview Kid Rock while he plays Wu-Tang Shaolin style.
We'll have a bunch of girls.
That was all Computech. That was all German money pumping the Inside Empire for like the brief period of time that it existed. Like they were MCV, I think.
Yeah, maybe so.
And then they moved into our building. They were in the Sega building of one floor below us.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
What?
They stole one of our people.
The people doing Insight were in the building?
Yeah.
What?
Christian Svensson was the EIC of that thing or something. Like he was parking his like I remember like everyone would say that it was a company car and he was at a Porsche. And people were like, what the fuck? How does a fucking video game editor afford that car? What's going on?
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Man.
But yeah, they were one floor below us, and there was this like email, or at some point it was like, we need to make sure we keep all the doors locked. Because anyone could just walk in.
They're loose cannons.
Yeah.
You don't know what they might do.
But they were, we were in, and then upstairs was Sega.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was around the time that I think that we were splitting from Tech TV. So like GameSpot TV had to change names. I remember walking through we used to park in the parking garage and walk through the ZDTV or whatever, the Tech TV area, to get to our space, because we were still the same company at that point. I remember walking through there one morning and D'Lo Brown was there.
What the hell was he doing there?
They were, was just doing something for the show.
He had his vest on?
Probably.
Yeah? Okay.
Probably. I don't know.
Shaking his head around?
Yeah, he was totally shaking his head. It was crazy. And we got to briefly shake D'Lo Brown's hand.
You've never washed your hands since then, right?
No, I have not. Yeah, that's
impressive.
I keep it low down.
Yeah, you've got a mean frog splash now.
The meanest.
All right, well,